Welcome back to Yankee Chronicle. I'm your host, Abby Peel, coming to you from the famous porch here at the New London Barn Playhouse in New London. And I'm now joined by Dustin Cross, who's the resident costume designer this summer. Hi, Dustin.
Hi, Abby. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you for meeting me and talking about this really fun season that the barn has planned. And this is your first summer being here as the resident costume designer. You've been here before, but not like this.
I have. This is my third season back. The way the barn usually operates is we have a different designer for each show.
Sure.
This time I'm taking over all 5 shows for the season.
So exciting. So
Yeah.
what's that mean for you going into the season, never having really done something like this before?
It's a lot of pre-planning.
I bet.
I mean, we're talking like charts and charts and charts.
Excel spreadsheets.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
You know, communicating with the directors, sort of getting that idea of cast and where they end up before. And then just applying it to each show.
And you have to meet with each individual actor as well to kind of size them and
That's my favorite part. Yes, I meet with each actor, take them into a fitting, get a measurement, and then sort of figure out their persona. This year we're taking a very, very contemporary look at these musicals.
Oh, cool.
So sort of figuring out how they style themselves as a person and then putting that into their character.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And so then you work closely with the costume shop here at the barn, I'm sure.
I do.
Because you create all the looks and then they make them a reality?
They do. They build from the ground up some of them. Some are street clothes that we take and put into outfits. There's an amazing team here, though. They are students themselves or recent graduates.
Right.
This year we have 3 in the shop.
Wow.
And then my associate, Stacy Segall, who's here and has been here for 3 seasons with me.
Fun.
However, been around the barn forever.
Forever, yes.
Her son's a fixture here as well, Chef
Yes,
Noah.
yes, love that.
So yeah, it's taking that knowledge and putting it through the shop, and they put the paces on the stage.
Really cool. And must be so fun for you to see what you've designed and then it comes into reality.
I mean, with any design, that's an amazing thing to see. The vision that goes from my head, which sometimes makes me feel like a crazy person.
Yeah, like, is this gonna work?
Yeah, just becomes a part of that full vision that the audience gets to see.
And tell us a little bit about your background, because it's very interesting. You're not from this area. You come to us from New York.
I do.
And so tell a little bit about your background as a costume designer.
So I was an actor before I was a
Oh,
costume
I didn't know
designer.
that.
Went to school for vocal music.
Okay.
Got a major at Shenandoah Conservatory. Moved to New York, did Phantom for a little bit,
Love
and
it.
then decided that I had completed my life as an actor, and I'd always loved costume design and how things fit on me.
Yeah.
So then I applied that into a costume design approach at work.
Interesting.
And from there, yeah, Broadway, off-Broadway, I just finished a feature film 2 years ago and have a new one coming up with Paramount starting in November. So it's
Wow.
really exciting.
So we'll have to keep up to date on that one.
Yes, please.
And just talk a little bit before I let you go about COVID and theater. What have you done in the last year, and what's it mean to you to be back doing theater?
What have I done in the last year? A lot of focus on the future.
Yes.
You know, the last year gave us a lot of time to really reflect on how fortunate I was as a designer. I lost 23 shows when COVID hit.
Wow.
But really taking the time to reflect on what that meant and where I could go from there. So now that I'm here at the barn, it's just focusing on giving the best experience to each actor and really enjoying myself and embracing that thought as a costume designer.
And I'm sure a little bit of appreciation for what you probably did before, and then you had all this time off and you're thinking, oh, I appreciate my line of work here.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, just being out of the house daily is a gift itself, but then to come and create what you love to do is really, I mean, that's the true gift of theater.
And before we got started, you said that you were on your way to an opening of a show you had worked on when you got the call that this is it.
I
this
was.
Is off, but not for as long as we thought.
No, I mean, we were opening 6 on Broadway.
Cool.
We were on our way there for opening night, and Broadway shut down. We were in Times Square when we watched it just sort of crumble.
Yeah.
And your phone went crazy with text messages where people were like, theater's not coming back. I thought it was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I put a pool up at my parents' house, and we just stayed in that pool for a year and a half now.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I know an unrealistic time off in terms of getting back to work, but I'm sure knowing that you're back here and back to work must feel really, really good.
Well, the barn is such a family to begin with, so it feels great to be around family.
Definitely.
I mean, immediate family is who I spent the year with, but my extended family is now who I get to spend the summer with.
Well, it's so nice to meet you and introduce everybody when they come see a show this summer. Take a look at all the costumes because you're the mastermind behind it.
Well, thank you, and I hope everyone enjoys this summer.
It's going to be really exciting. Dustin Cross, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks so much, Abby.
What a treat to get a behind-the-scenes curtain process for making your New London Barn Playhouse experience memorable.